And there should have a minute silence for 4,500 Nigerians slaughtered under Thiefnubu. I don't know if we should say, may their souls rest in peace. Now, to be honest, I would rather not go by both. Okay? Facts can be so facts can be so stubborn. And there is no amount of propaganda, lies, manipulations, gaslighting that will ever change facts. Fictions, lies won't change facts. And unfortunately, facts like this is why people like us continue to remind ourselves, okay, that Nigeria is a crime scene. And may Nigeria not happen to you. It's a prayer that until Nigeria happens to you, you may never understand the meaning. Facts like this continue to remind all of us of our mortality, where you and I knows that we are just a disaster waiting to happen. We are the surviving victims, but we are still going to go down if this current rudderless, lawless establishment continues. Whether you are rich or poor, educated or not, it won't really matter. The consequences of a failed country that these guys are running, we are all living on a borrowed time, if we are being honest. You see those victims of the last 365 days, probably many of them did their best to reject this APC, Egbekegbe, murderous, incompetent criminals. Maybe some of them supported Thiefnubu, hoping that maybe Thiefnubu is different from Boko Haram. Last, over 4,500, whether they are for or against this contraption, did not make it to Thiefnubu's 366 days of forcing himself on you. More people have become hopeless. Those who returned from Nigeria, I am talking about those of you who are living abroad, diasporans. You went back to Nigeria, you saw things yourself. You saw things for yourselves. Then you return back to where you came from and you continue to push the propaganda narrative of Thiefnubu and gang. I actually saw some of them telling people to please forget about how people are pretending online. That people are really going through a lot in Nigeria. I am talking about hardship that you can never pretend that you are not seeing. Many of us living in the diaspora, we have increased the allowances that we give to our loved ones, family members, friends. We have increased these allowances by over 300, 400%, just to help them meet up the hyperinflation of the contraption that the likes of Thiefnubu and Co. are celebrating as an achievement. Now, you know the truth, you can lie to yourself, you can, all of that, but there is damages. There are damages though, that no matter how much you pretend, they will continue to manifest. The black tax or black taxes that we are now made to actually pay for as Nigeria economy gets more destroyed and ruined. The responsibility of not letting our own family and loved ones become beggars on the streets of Nigeria has further mounted more financial burden on so many of us living in the diaspora. And this is just the year one, the 9th year of APC. In the, I mean, you know, they say something. They said that you know that in the 80s and 70s, right? Nigeria economy, it wasn't great, but the monetary exchange and then the economy itself was quite much like, you know, better. I don't know if I should use better, because here it is, right? They rate country based on the GDP, gross domestic products. Okay, so which means what you produce, and that will tell the standard of living of your people, how many of them have jobs and how much are they being paid. But the salary of you know, the minimum wage, sort of the minimum wage of a regular worker in Nigeria in the 80s was put at over $2,000 in value, pretty much like a 2,000 naira. But it wasn't like 2,000 naira in salary a month, so it's like 2,000 naira per annum. $2,000 per annum, okay? So they kind of measure country based on this, okay? They will say, okay, how many people have jobs? What are they being paid? How much can their pay actually get them out there? Kind of that's how they wait. Nigeria has tanked. Nigeria has entered Kano in the last 9 years. You see, this last 1 year is the worst. So now the countries like, where is Nigeria? Look at Nigeria. So Nigeria's supposed GDP has now crumbled to like $1,000, no more. Meanwhile, countries like, if you look at countries like, what's this one? Togo, Angola, what are those names? Yeah. When you see countries like Cote d'Ivoire, Liberia, no, sorry, not Liberia, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, Gabon. This is what averagely they believe people will make annually in these countries. But when you go to the G-Hunt of Africa, I say, Baba, even Togo, they earn like Benin Republic, 2,000 per annum GDP. So what that simply means is that these criminals have succeeded, right? Not only reducing your purchasing power, they have actually succeeded in infusing generational poverty on you. They succeeded in destroying Nigeria economy because the insecurity in Nigeria is an industry now. There is actually no real effort for real to end the terrorism in Nigeria. They just wanted to manage. They just want to manage it. So just let's manage it. Now, in the last 365 days, let me read this out to you where they put the official figure of those killed. Premium Times shared this, but they are not the author. The source is called the Acolyte, right? So these are those who are monitoring the insecurity in Nigeria. 4,500, over 4,500 killed. But here is how the death happened by geopolitical zones. In the Northeast, which is the bedrock and foundation of terrorism in Nigeria, Islamic terrorism in Nigeria. Northeast, under Thiefnubu in the last 1 year, have lost officially over 1,400, over 1,500 Nigerians have been killed, while over 4,300 Nigerians have been officially abducted, kidnapped. Next is North Central, where you have Kaduna, Kogi, Kwara, Niger. From the record, they are the second most hit, where you have over 1,500 as well as people killed under Thiefnubu in the last 1 year, while over 1,300 were reportedly kidnapped. A majority of them are still in the kidnappers' den. Then the next is I'm gonna know south, which is number 3. Oh, I'm gonna before south, northeast. Northwest was the highest earlier, but now northeast. They said over 800 people were killed, while over nearly 700 officially kidnapped. Also, in the south, the Niger Delta. So they said over 330 people have been killed by Fulani terrorists. Because listen, we also need to remind ourselves, who are those killing them? Fulani terrorists. These people are victims of terrorism. Those who were killed by Fulani terrorists across Nigeria. But you see, northeast and northwest, it is a mixture of Boko Haram and the Fulani terrorists. Now, going forward, then the southeast, which is the Biafra land, over 300 people have been reportedly killed by, under Thiefnubu. Most of these deaths in eastern Nigeria, they are not just Fulani's killings, they are also the military, Nigeria military coordinated genocide that has been going on in eastern Nigeria for the past, the last 8 years. Under Thiefnubu, they have managed again to kill over 310 Igbos. Most of these people were killed in Ebonyi, in Imo and Ebonyi. Then of recent, Enugu. Then southwest Nigeria. Southwest is the least region with terrorism death in Nigeria, with 172 official. There could be more, or there is more, just like every other number. Now, the 172 people killed in Yoruba land under Thiefnubu in 1 year, they were killed by Fulani terrorists. Fulani terrorists. Those were the victims of Fulani terrorism in Yoruba land. And most of this death took place in areas in states like Ondo, Osun, and Oyo states. Partly as well, Ekiti and Ogun State. These are places where people have been killed in the last 365 days. So that's partly what you can, that's mainly what you can say is the bedrock of the poverty, corruption, incompetence, inefficiency, and all of that is associated with APC, Egbekegbe, and Thiefnubu in particular. Why Nigeria continue to enter the canal. Yesterday, he was in Lagos. I need to say this too before I continue. Presently, under Thiefnubu, petrol price moved and jumped from 167 naira to over 700 naira per liter today. Again, food inflation jumped from about 20% to over 40% today. Diesel price also jumped from over 800 naira to 1,450 naira. Well, inflation rate itself, which is different from food inflation, also moved from 18% to over 34% today. That is the official rate, though. Then, foreign reserve of Nigeria, according to them, dropped from $35 billion, $35.09 billion. It fell and dropped straight to 32. How much? Yes, it fell to 32 billion. Hang on, no, let me take that out. $32.74 billion. So Thiefnubu and his gang, not only were they printing money, in the last 1 year alone, from this record, Thiefnubu and his gang, they have managed to increase the public debt from 87 trillion to over 97 trillion, all in the last 365 days. They've also increased the interest rate. In the last 6 months, they have increased the interest rate of Nigeria for businesses and banks. They've increased it by, like about 6 times. They've increased their taxes by like 6 times in the last 365 days. But they are still trying to make sure that, according to them, and according to my source reminds me that, listen, before the end of 2024, Thiefnubu and his gang, they want to make sure that inflation and exchange rates, they are the same. So when the inflation hits 40%, interest rate in Nigeria will be 40%. Banks are not giving loan to businesses, but they are declaring profits. Do you know how? Because with the corrupt system that you have in Nigeria, they could pick your pockets by taking so many illegal, fraudulent charges from you. These charges, that charges, bank transfer, this transfer, that deposit, this one. They don't have to give loan to businesses to run the country. They will still be making profits by robbing you. Yeah? All of this in the last 365 days. So tomorrow, Thiefnubu initially was expected to probably read a pre-recorded message or speech to tell all of you how great he has done. Hope is here. Hope is here. Akpabiole is here. Bajabia Mole is here. What does it mean? What does he want? Hope is here. So he was in Abuja today after recommissioning the already commissioned concrete road that Dangote was purportedly built by Dangote after being given the tax rebate or tax break. Now, Bukwari commissioned that road. I expected it to, people have been using it, but now they have to wash it, clean it, and all of that. And they took Thiefnubu there yesterday to go and commission it as something to show for 1 year in office. It will also be commissioning car park, the National Assembly car park that they just renovated by Thiefnubu government. So as part of his achievement for the first year in office. They also built a place where it's called the Parkway. I think that one is a collection of, Township Road and Nowhere View. I don't know. So Kolu was there today when he returned to Abuja. Let me see if I still have that clip of him returning to Abuja.
Waiting, welcoming party, and everyone else. Picture with them. Daddy. The Honorable Minister of State FCT, Chief of Staff to the FCT Minister, the Head of Service, and the Executive Secretary of FCDA, and the Managing Director of Cetraco.
So that was that. They are trying to put things together to make it like Thiefnubu, he has something to do. You know that these guys, what they know, they do not understand building human capital. Oh, when it comes to them mountain blocks or, poorly constructed roads and all of that, so that they love cutting tapes. That's all they want to do. So that will show that they are working. So they have to quickly put few things together for Kolu, so that he can show that he's cutting tape. And he spoke. Here, look at him. He spoke at that event where he said this. thanking his pal.
As we commemorate our first year in office, and I was inaugurated as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, it is a great joy and challenge that we have a huge job on our shoulders. But transformative project you are seeing, I heard from his remark that this project could have been an abandoned project for 13 years, scratching the surface. Once again, our dear landlord, Barrister Wike, thank you for bringing life back to our Federal Capital Territory. I understand the Southern Parkway not only represents a physical artery that connects vital areas within FCT, but also symbolizes our collective aspirations for connectivity, ease of livelihood, accessibility, and progress. By providing a seamless and efficient transportation corridor, this roadway will not only ease traffic congestion, but also enhance mobility and creativity for the residents and visitors to FCT. The completion of the Southern Parkway underscores our commitment to inclusive and sustainable development as we strive to build a world-class capital city. We recognize the fact that infrastructure is an enabler of job, economic development, and prosperity. We believe we are going to achieve all of that. The need of our citizens is paramount in our minds. So for making our citizens the central focus of our development, we believe Nigeria will succeed. I will formally inaugurate this road and greatly honored I had him mentioning my name as the beneficiary Thank you very much. Thank you for being a very good team leader. We all collectively will not let you down. To me, The contractor evaluation is in the hand of using Wiki and his team. I just recognize your presence being here. The meaning of the success is more job, more hard work. On this note, I think I am ready to call the tape and to get this road inaugurated. Thank you very much for listening.
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
I told you it was there to go and cut tape of a road that they want to rehabilitate in order to celebrate Thiefnubu's 1 year. So Wiki has renamed the road after him, so that by next year he will go and commission it once it's completed. Wiki, mind you, to show that there is new guy in town, Wiki has managed to install the street light that their former guy bought and kept inside their FCT, whatever there, which is great. Put it to use. And few of the city is now lit at night, while the major residential areas are in darkness because light no day per se. So most of their street lights are now being powered in order to give this a brilliant look, in a way to say, oh yeah, we are preparing for 1 year. There's absolutely nothing significant or substantial that they can say they are embarking upon, or they've embarked upon last 1 year and it's gotten to that stage. Nothing. But Wiki has also managed, from what I heard, I haven't seen the pictures, I haven't seen the videos, and I'm looking for them. They said that Wiki has completed the renovation or rehabilitation of the metro line in Abuja, where the people of Abuja can use the metro. So they say Wiki has completed that, so they are going to use, complete, and they are going to use that to celebrate Thiefnubu's 1 year. So it's going to cut tape on that. It was supposed to read something recorded, and they will play that to you tomorrow morning before, but they've changed that. So they now said he's going to address all of you at the National Assembly with the senators and reps and all of them. I'm not asking you to look forward to it, but me, you know me now, I'm going to go look for whatever lamba he has to give to them. Because for the record, you can come back to some of these videos and say, oh, he said that. No, he never said that. I don't believe he said that. Oh, he said it. He actually said it. Go and check MaiyegunSDiary Politico of so dates. Once you get to 38 minutes, start watching. You hear him, he said it there. So that's why we have to keep track and keep record of all of their madness. You who is living in Nigeria, all those of you who are taking responsibility or subsidizing other people in Nigeria, the last 1 year, if you are being honest, without living in denial, you can tell how changes of Thiefnubu's last 1 year is telling on your finances, on your health care, on so many things around you. But if you love it, you can continue to live in denial. So we look forward to tomorrow and the other dramas that will happen. But I get loads of troubling stuff, so I'm going to share with you tonight. And I will not be surprised if YouTube will ask me to delete some of them. But I will show it to you first. And that is a privilege. It is a privilege to those of you who have the chance of watching this live. Because those who are likely going to watch the replay, some of the videos and clips I'm going to show you tonight, they are likely or possibly would have been deleted. But we'll still do it anyway. Okay? Now, first, I'm going to stop by in Kano, where they are having the Game of Thrones. Since I told you the time we were speaking on this when it all started, I said, you have not heard the last of it. Now, a quick catch up, okay? In 2020, under the former government in Kano, led by Mohammed Gandola. I don't know. Anyway, you know Gandola, the APC chairman now, okay? So he removed his supposed boss's friend, and that's Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, for criticizing him and asking him to be removed. So he removed him. Then he created 5 emirates out of Kano. That is, he broke the Kano Emirate into 5. Okay? Gaya, Bichi, and 2 others. Then Kano. So the main Kano that used to be one, that one still has the emir. He now chose Adobayero, the man on the left on your screen now. Adobayero. So he was chosen as the new emir. You see the one on the right, Sanusi, was removed for criticizing the governor. Then fast forward it to 4 years later, okay? The person who installed the one on the left is no longer in power. And the friends of the one on the right that got removed, they are now in power. So they just changed the law by saying every action taken by that former government in the face of the law, they never happened. There was never any other emir apart from Sanusi. And there were never any other emirate council that has emirs, Bichi, emir, this, never happened in the face of the new law. Because when Gandola wanted to create them, he created them by amending the Kano State bylaw that allowed him to create and other. So that same state assembly under a different political party in power, they now went on to go and amend the amended bylaw by saying that amended part never existed. It never happened. That is when the situation now led to courts. So Sanusi got reinstated. Breaking news, everybody hear about it. Oh my God, what's going to happen to the current emir then? Nothing. It's just going to have to go and look for something else to do. It will no longer be an emir. Says who? So that night, they released a court order that said Sanusi must never be reinstated. Adobayero didn't do anything wrong. But shockingly, the judge that gave the order is currently in Washington, in America. So which means he probably just gave the order on WhatsApp. Then the following morning, the state governor, the current governor, they now order for the arrest of the removed emir. Now, the removed emir has landed in Kano. He was quickly moved to Nasarawa, a makeshift palace. Now, he's been there. However, there are court cases initiated, Baba. So as we speak now, okay, that was yesterday. Today, there was a court order that said, you, Adobayero, stop parading yourself as emir of Kano. You are not emir of Kano anymore. Stop. That was a court order, not me. This afternoon, another court order came. This time around, not for Bayero. It is now for Sanusi. You, Sanusi, Lamido, Sanusi, stop parading yourself as emir of Kano. You are not emir of Kano. Another court judgment. And that confusion shall we be on top in Kano since morning. Then I saw some of the members of APC members of Kano State House of Assembly in Nasarawa to pay homage to their emir. Ranka Dede Saki, Dansaki, something like that. While others were on the streets saying, no, Sanusi is not their emir. Who is the emir of Kano now? I see these guys in Nasarawa and Kano.
wannan doguwa wannan lambata
sort of. While their emir currently, it should be evicted from that Nasarawa palace. Yes, that was what the court order said. The court said, you are Dubayero, you are not the emir of Kano anymore. Stop parading yourself as emir of Kano. Vacate that palace and stop pretending that you are emir. Immediately that court said that. It can't be like say they double this security. This is what the security around Adobayero's palace actually looks like. Just briefly. I think that is called Rumfa Palace in Nasarawa, I think. Because I don't kind of like really follow some of those names too, right? If anybody try to come and arrest you or evict you from this palace, shoot them in here. Yeah. I think that's the order Ribadu gave to those soldiers. So currently we are trying to figure out who is the official Emir of Kano. Does anybody know who is the main Emir? Sanusi will be the main Emir. But this one, it will now be, or they will have to settle it this way. One true emperor. If I am asked to give them solution, because all of them are ceremonial anyway, who are feeding fat on the Alimajiri, as well as the poorest of the poor of Kano. So you can just make Sanusi, Emir admin, and then make Bayero Emir academy. So admin, academy. You can let the one will be academy remain in Nasarawa, Emir, Lemir, and Je. There are those who recognize him as their Emir. Let him be the Emir Arcade. Then the one that you have already taken to Kano, Sanusi, just make that one Emir admin. Lobaton. Buy them cars, let them kind of walk about and feel like they are Emir. And there will be no much of a trouble. If you ask me, because trouble is one thing. See, normally people say you don't have to look for trouble. In Nigeria, trouble can be looking for you. It's actually looking for you. So it is now left for you. I mean, it's now left to you and see if you can undo the trouble that is possibly looking for you. Look at this young man. He is paraded as a criminal. But when he had a chance of facing the media to tell his own side of the story, I don't know if his expression here helped him, but it didn't. But if you want to see what trouble looks like, let me show you one. Take a look at this.
Police don't catch me for this Abuja. Police never ever read this kind of work before for my life. Because this time, I don't sleep in Abuja, I don't pass 2 weeks. The last time I was sleep in Abuja is yesterday night, and they can't catch me again.
What happen when you sleep inside motor?
Sir, I do make a paint, I do, and the paint motor. The motor will paint, then I sleep inside. And I sleep inside. When I sleep inside, I don't get money to enter transport go house. For me, I go slow, I go come. Now 3,000 naira, go come slow, 3,000 go come, and 2,000 man. That's 2,000. I said 1,600 naira. Then my wife use 100 naira collect her. My girlfriend will never marry, but she don't born for me. Yes, she use 100 naira collect the 1,500. I use 400 naira buy groundnut. I chop 2 groundnut. The remaining groundnut and the police man come out of my pocket, boss and away. I swear this morning I go to see the common knife inside motor won't sleep. Inside motor they use carry me come here this morning. They carry me come down. The common knife come out go around. Why I don't do anything? I just dey cry for years this morning. Nobody can help me. Now I cannot shut up. And then they look. I swear. No way mechanic painting work for Jabi garage forest. That keep you road. I did. Plenty people know me. Nobody will know me for Jabi because of class I work. I swear, nobody will know me for Jabi. Na mechanic they do, na panelita they do. Any work where they do for Jabi, you go know me because everybody. Now then they come, they give me work. Where I go give me work, mechanic go give me work, panelita go give me work. All of them they give work. I don't like my organ name na Wale. That's why teach me work for Jabi. Na Jabi in there till tomorrow. You see there till now. His name na Wale. In there till tomorrow. In there now. Hey, my name is Daniel Abejide. You say quarter,
because of the several complaints received from members of the public about the activities of the criminal group that stand themselves with the name of Babambola. So far, we have arrested many of them. Some of them are here. About 300 of them already in the prison since yesterday. We want to clean the city because we have seen that some of them, in the disguise that they are Babambolas or pickers, they end up robbing the house and vicinity of where they have gone. When you leave your house, before you come in, a lot of your things will be missing. If you know what to recover from them, generators, you can see their knives, their equipments. In Zuba, we recovered 2 guns from Babambola group in Zuba. And all people's household equipments were recovered from them. So they are not ordinary. Many of them are not even Nigerians. But we are going to do our best to ensure safety of every household in FCT. It's the beginning of the cleansing. It's the beginning of the cleansing. 300 of them have been remanded yesterday. These are the remnants. The fight continues until the city.
So if you are running away from trouble, trouble could be looking for you everywhere as well. Okay? And that's just about trouble. But what about those who, sometimes when the trouble comes after you, which it does every now and then, especially in that contraption. Wala everything, wala everywhere. Kilo dig or not. But many people don't live to tell this story. See, I have heard the story of 2 brothers who got killed, allegedly by the Nigerian vigilantes in Abia State. But somehow, I really couldn't really put the whole thing together. A lady did. And I'm sharing the story with you. Nigeria.
Greetings, good people of Nigeria. Greetings, my good people of Abia State. Ndabia moromno, mamano. Bikono, this is a cry for help. I need Regemaka. His Excellency, Dr. Alex Oti of Abia State, Commissioner of Police in Abia State, we need your support. This is too much for a mother, for a family to handle. I don't know why Nigerians, why we like taking laws into our hands. Why? Why do we keep buying people for nothing? They just buy them. Two blood brothers. Look at the one that happened in the university in Oyo. They flogged that young boy from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Now my Abia sister, Esther Ugochukwu, known as a Simple Essay on Facebook and Instagram, sent me DMs, sent me messages on my WhatsApp, crying, wailing, how they pied his two brothers, blood brothers from the same mother, from the same father, from Abia State in Ozuakole, the vigilante and some other boys. Please, this is too much. We cannot keep quiet. We need help. Dr. Alex Oti, you have to use your good office. For the past 1 year, you've been wonderful. Please do something. Now, let's listen to this girl talk.
I start from Abia State. Uzakoli, to be precise. Uzakoli vigilante killed 2 of my brothers. 2 of my brothers for no reason. For just mere arguments. For no reason. They didn't steal anybody's thing. They didn't kill anyone. Vigilante Abamba boys in Uzakoli, they ganged up, killed my brothers, 2 of my brothers. Guys, they did this thing because they feel say they don't see anybody in my family. I don't get father. My father died a very long time ago. It was just my mom. It was just my mom since we were suffering. My mother only hope that her sufferness, she don't get remarried just because she don't want to leave us. My 2 brothers, the only hope she have, I would think.
They just had an argument. Young boys to young boys. The next thing, the other people feel they can overpower them. Bite the first boy. People ran and went and called the elder brother, who was sleeping. He was sleeping. He came out. He started asking questions. What happened to my brother? Why did you people do this to my brother? Bam! Habido tibia, tibuoya. Bind him at the same time. How would their poor mother, a widow that lost the husband over how many years ago, that has been training the children for her to reap the fruit of her labor? These people that did this thing, they have to be held accountable for this. Please.
Amen, dear sister. So the story is pretty much like, the usual boys' arguments, and then some people were like, well, okay, we'll show you. And that's it. Kill 2 brothers in a community in Abia State. Those brothers would never be, they will never have their lives back. They never live to tell this story, unfortunately. How about those who got stopped? Okay, before I got there, before I get to that one, another thing that will tell you what a country Nigeria is, and as you will also kind of, agree, even if you don't want to agree, you will later agree with me, that there are so many mad people in Nigeria, especially those ones inside their government or public service as well. Military, police, and the rest of them. These are lunatics in uniform, no doubt. But what I saw today between the custom officials and VIO I have never seen anything like that in my life. What is the business of customs, who works on the border, and the VIO, who checks vehicles particulars on the road? Of what relationship would they have that they started beating themselves on the street of Abuja? I'm going to show you. That's another video that I said, it's good you are watching it live now. By the time we are to watch the replay, YouTube may tell me to take it off, and you miss it. I'm going to enjoy them now, at least for those who haven't. In Nigeria, and the people you'll be seeing on this screen, these are vehicle inspection officers or something, VIO. Nigeria custom officials. And ladies and gentlemen, enjoy.
What is this now? What is this now? What is this now? What is this now? What is this? What is that fire devil? Jesus, what is this? Hey, Karim, don't go there. Twice. Holy Ghost fire! Na custom be this. Na custom. No, sorry, no do. Sonny, no do. You go there. I get that. Can someone do that in your office? Can they do it 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 in the office? Can someone do it in the office? Can they do it in the office? I collect all of them. Arrest him. Can they do it in the office? Come here. Can they do that? Can they do what you did in the office? Can they do it in your office? Can they do it in your office? And why? Can they do it in your office? Twice you don't do. Can they do it in your office? They fit one for their own office. When they enter here, when they beat people. Enter twice the office, they beat twice.
Enter to the office, they beat twice. They fit for their own office. They do it in their own office. Enter to the office, they beat them. He used my food, enter the office, they beat them. Another press office. Enter his office, they beat them. Another press office. He used my for this one body. They just enter twice the office, come they beat the man. So what's happen? Okay, it's annoying. It's annoying. Just enter his office, they beat this man. Because of the custom officer.
I wanted us to see it to the end. For those of you who are asking them to, military should take over. But you need to see those military too. The kind of character or the kind of people that populate all these Nigeria supposed security agents or agencies. Well, in the other hand, right, we have where one of them was arrested in Borno. They said it's a police, it's army officer or sergeant, no, not sergeant, corporal or something. And he has been stealing the ammunitions and selling them to terrorists. So he got caught. He stole over 601 rounds of ammunition, bullets. I'll show you. And that's a good one.
Chief, how are you? How's your night?
That's fine. No. Okay.
So that's a supposed soldier that kept stealing bullets so that he could go and sell them to terrorists. So would you say such people are mentally stable? I know sometimes it's going to be like a poverty. You know, there's nothing poverty cannot make you do. Poverty, there's nothing it cannot make you do. But I don't think it's just poverty. It's a mental disorder. Imagine a soldier stealing the bullets that he was supposed to actually use to kill terrorists, and he's stealing them, saving them so that he could go and sell them to the same terrorists to use the bullet to kill the soldiers. Would you say that's just poverty or mental disorder? It is mental illness. It's not just poverty. Even though poverty can make you mad. Sure, you know. You see, there's something, right? In my office here, I have this small opening. It's none of your business, but you know me. I'll say whatever I see because I have to. And I don't know, right? There are these buildings like far away from myself and all of that, but they continue to give me that vibe like I am in Odogbolu. Because my family house in Odogbolu, right? I alone was living upstairs where I had my library and my life. Then if you at the side of my, when you're coming through my stairs, so there is a side window. And if you look at the side window, you'll be seeing the house of the former king, Alaye in Odogbolu, right? Now, I sit here right now, and I've been noticing this for the past few days. Like, there's this gap opening in my window, right? And these buildings are in front of me just gave me that vibe of Alaye of, then the other house there, the other one, then Mal Hotel, Odogbolu. That's the tallest building in Odogbolu. There is this high rise at the other side of these buildings, right? And it's giving, God damn it, I don't know. It just kind of took my mind. As I was talking to you and I'm looking up, I just felt like I'm in Odogbolu. I don't know if that's weird, right? It's weird. So let's forget about that. Anyway, yeah, I consider that madness, mental illness, just the same mental illness that is okay, maybe I should hold it back. You know why? I remember when I said something about mental health, because of the way we see it here. When people have mental health problems, anybody can have it. And if you do have it, most of the time it's not something you actually like make mockery of. It's a serious stuff that requires a lot of passion, support, and prayer for the people who are suffering from it. Sure, you get. And Nigeria politicians, one true emperor once told me here, no, don't ever use that line for them. Don't ever be tempted. Even if we know say they are mad, we cannot treat them as mad people. We have to treat them as criminals. That's better than mad people, because when they are truly mad, that means people like us cannot really do anything. We can say everything they have been doing to you now because they're mad. So it wasn't them. And that's not fair on the victims, on their victims. So that's why I'm going to hold it back. I'm not going to use that for these criminals. They are criminals. But sometimes their actions can make you feel like, shit, except somebody will get mental problems, There is money meant to build hospitals. You took the money to go and buy a car for yourself. And then you started doing Baba giveaway. Hospitals is not built. People who need the hospital can't go to them. And then you are still like happy and you say, you are their leader. I'm the leader of my people. Is that not mental problem? But they said, no, Maiyegun is not mental problem. It is criminal. It is criminality. Treat it and say it exactly what it is. It is crime. It is criminal. And that's exactly what I'm going to say. A police officer or a military or a soldier that decided to use the bullet issued to him to go and sell it to terrorists to kill his own colleague, it is not mental problem. It is criminally. Right? So that I don't start speaking for those who can now claim mental illness. I have people who have done horrible things. And then when it is time for them to be held responsible, they say they get choco, they get mental illness, mental problem. And there's nothing they can do to them because, they have mental problem. The most you can do to them right now is to send them, don't send them to prison. Please send them to the shrink. So it's a mockery to call the Nigerian criminal politicians mental health patient. They may be scoring, but they do know what they are doing. None of them has stolen your money. And say, okay, say, Ogun State governor, Ogun State governor don't run mad, he dey airport, he dey come from Abuja, and he dey airport. The guy, some guys were carrying money for him. Then the next thing, Ogun State governor Jokon Yawere in the airport, Nisha, he don't run enter my. They look for him. They say, why? They say, because you know what I mean? And then, let's say, okay, Ogun State governor started there throwing money, billions of naira inside bag. He started throwing it out. He started throwing it everywhere. And everybody was so surprised. Ogun State governor, is that not Ogun State money? Because he's mad. That's why he didn't know what he's doing. So the money, he planned to steal the money. But because he's a madman, he just forgot. And he forgot that the money was being stolen. So he just dropped it at the airport and he ran enter markets. Have you ever seen anything like that before? So that's why I agree with one true emperor that they are not mad. Okay? They are criminals. Simple as APC. So, well, here is another. I'm talking about Ogun State governor. Let me show you how how a traditional ruler, Oba Itori, Onitori of Itori, somewhere in Ogun State, right? Speaking to the governor, the emperor of Ogun State, the dubious Dapo. The man on his knee is a king. The man seated is a politician that is also the governor. His name is Dubious Dapo, the Ogun State governor.
The former deputy governor of Lagos State, His Excellency Otunba Femi Pedro, you are also there.
The former member House of Representatives, Honorable Alao Toshe Eniyan, Mansour Alao Sheikh, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I also want to recognize
the former deputy governor of Lagos State, His Excellency.
So the man on his knee is a royal father. Africa Wahala, you will be so livid today, right now. Africa Wahala is somebody who believes that, as well as one true emperor. These are two men who believes that traditional institutions in Nigeria, called the royal institutions, they have kind of outlived their relevance. They are pure mockery of that traditional, revered traditional stools. Okay? So immediately Odun Baku, APC leader, approached Dubious Dapo. He had respect for his political leaders. He stood up to greet Odun Baku, one of their leaders from Lagos. But Onitori of Itori, King Itori, was on his knees talking to the emperor. That is Nigeria, ladies and gentlemen. And you see those Olori Bruku Ajiya, yes, they born to suffer, suffering and smiling suffer heads. If I say something about any of their royal fathers, they go tell me what will happen to me. Why? You are not a true Yoruba. A true Yoruba cannot be talking like that. You have to respect our foam. You go to see them, the foam for mouth. Masturbating in public, like say they are the guardian, protector of Yoruba culture or of African culture. And we have seen the mockery, the old mockery. It's a pure bullshit, man. I promise you. But even at that, there used to be something that we sort of, we cherished. But that has changed a lot. So something happened. Policemen saw 3 guys in Nigeria. 3 guys. And they stopped them for stop and search. And as usual, you know that a Nigerian policeman is just about anything for us. Waiting you have for us. Well, the guys kind of like, we didn't have anything. So from the police officer's point, he told them to go. Only for the police officer to be called into their DPO's office. Why did you rob those 3 boys of jewelries that is more than 28 million naira jewelry? No, I didn't. No, sir. You did. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. But now, who robbed these 3 guys? Their jewelries. Now, here is the story. You see, sometimes you kind of like men in black are so evil that you can easily probably call them the devil. When you do something, you say, Martinelli, how could you do that? Martinelli, look at what you have done. Why would you even do this? And then Martinelli will just have to change his look. It's not me, it's the devil. You know that? Just be like, oh, it's not me, it's the devil. Devil. Martinelli, devil. First time, second time, third time, devil. So you can easily just point out the Nigerian police. Okay, not devil. It's not me, it's the Nigerian policeman. What do you mean Nigerian policeman? They say, well, because they are evil. But sometimes, like we have said many times, the level at which Nigerians lie, then turn around to blame it on the devil. Even devil is shocked. You know that kind of thing. But they will say, Maiyegun, sit down. Maiyegun, Yusuf, sit down. Okay? So, Maiyegun, how did you do it? Your wife is here. This is your house help. How did you? She said you have been shaking her and shaking her for the past 6 months, non-stop. Your wife is here. Why would you do that? 6 months. I mean, I don't even know that she's pregnant now. She's pregnant. Because I don't know, like, you know, I'm just giving you a scenario now. And then I am like, fuck now. 6 months, your house help, she's pregnant. And then you turn and be like, Papa, please, let me beg my wife. It is the work of the devil. I don't know what came inside me. You know that if devil is working, is passing, it will be shocked. Me? How? When? That kind of feel like the devil will just like, no, it's not me. Oh, if devil can talk. No, I wasn't there when he was shaking out. That's exactly what it feels like when they told the policemen that the policemen took the chains. And they were like, when? Only for the truth to come out later. Here.
As the guy give me the gold, so we call reach RRS and do stop and search. As they do stop and search, we come waka go. So this Nnamdi say he want change cloth. Then when he open him back, changing cloth, he can't see in gold no there. He can't define in gold. I can't call him brother, tell him say, that absolutely this gold wey your brother they look for. He say no. He can't say okay. No wahala. I can't follow and talk say okay. You can't follow one lady talk. He give am something make she carry go. From there, we now come back to Asaba. Then when we come RRS office, they search the RRS. They no see am. They can't start to search me. They can't see am for my inner pockets.
Okay, just like he has said, they concealed this gold before they got to the checkpoint. Policemen doing their lawful duty searched them and saw that they were okay, asked them to go, only for them to come back saying that the policemen took this gold from their bag, and even lied that this gold that you and I can see, said it was worth 50 million naira.
15.
The policemen were embarrassed, ridiculed, stripped, almost naked, trying to look for this gold. But thank God for the wisdom of the commander, who said even the people who were accusing should be searched. And the man in the middle was searched, and the 2 gold was recovered from him. You see the embarrassment and humiliation police go through just because they want to carry out their lawful duty. We are always doing our job. Telling lies on the head of policemen doing their lawful duty is not the best, and it should be discouraged by all means. And that is why we are bringing it out to the public, because if this gold was not found and this people comes on social media and say police took their gold worth 50 million, everybody will want to come for our head. But look at what we have witnessed today. He said this gold is worth 50 million. Nobody knew what he was having in mind when he was saying it was worth 50 million. You can see for yourself. Thank God the gold was found. It was not just found, it was found in the pocket of his own driver, who the driver also admitted that was given to him by his own cousin. This is what we have witnessed today. Thank you very much.
And I actually want to feel sorry for the police. Nikure. I tell you, the one that hid this gold, And you that made the video to show to us that somebody lied against the police, Nikure one by one. Okay, that's just gonna be my own. What do you call it? My own takeaway from that. There is a reason. I will never feel sorry for a policeman. Would you? I know. Look at you. Oh, a police officer who is also a MaiyegundsDiary fan. Maiyegun, don't you know that you have police officers as your friends too? Remy, police is not my friend. You are not my friend. Please. I don't want to be your friend. Do you understand? The only thing you should be doing is to do your job. Don't be my friend. Okay, you are my fan. Okay, that's fine. That's fair. But I don't like police. So, the police, they like me, self. They feel me, they give me concern. Because Nigeria is a place whereby if armed robbers are chasing you, and then you run into a police checkpoint, before you get to that checkpoint, go back to those armed robbers and give them whatever you have. They will let you go. Police in Nigeria will rope you, set you up, and if you can't bribe or pay them, your situation can lead to even further serious pain, where a lot of people are currently awaiting trial because the police officer that illegally arrested them could not be offered 5,000 naira, 2,000 naira, 10,000 naira bribe, and they ended up spending 10 years in prison. So you want me? Came you pity Olokpa, and you could one by one. Don't pity any Olokpa kokon. Well, then it's if your parents are police officers, you know that normal, you're not supposed better for you. I'm just saying because it's like universally agreed. If you are a police officer in Nigeria, normal, you're not supposed better for you. If it's better for you, na error. Here you will lose it until then if you can't get policemen as parents, just know that if you are struggling with your life and the rest, I'm just saying, it is generally and universally believed that it's not supposed better for you. Even if you want better for you, you're not supposed agree. Police officers in Nigeria are so evil that the good ones will continue to look at us and wonder, why are we not seeing them? And why are you always saying the bad? Maiyegun, there are good ones that go shida. No, I'm not saying there are no good ones. And what is that percentage? What is that ratio? So if you see, okay, maybe I should hold it because I can tell you so much, how much content I am a content I have for the policemen and police force in Nigeria. So if I keep saying and continue, maybe I will probably just make you hate them more. Very dishonest, very unprofessional. Very criminal. And it's pretty much about who has the money. They are so evil that they are willing and ready to ridicule you, assault you, brutalize you, just to satisfy one criminal politician or political, wherever, anywhere. That is the Nigerian police. Don't ever try to be their friends. Okay? If you have any means of getting rid of them around you, do. Don't befriend them and don't trust them. I feel sorry for some of you who are paying them money to come and protect you. Oh, I have a security detail. Sure. Nigeria police detail. Inside that contraption. Good luck with that. On the other hand, here is what somebody from the northeast part or the northern part of Nigeria, I believe, who has something to say about Thiefnubu's 1 year. It's but still, what he had to say about the insecurity, I want it to be on record.
This security situation, the situation we find ourselves today, was inherited. That's the president inherited it. It didn't just start yesterday. And of course, one would have expected that given the enormity, given the challenges, the security challenges, the president should have hit the ground running in the matter of speaking. He should have prioritized security. He has tried. I must commend him for steadying the ship, for stabilizing the situation in some way. But the truth of the matter is that the situation is concerning, is worrisome, and in some cases, one could say it is worsening, deteriorating. But to me, it is not, all hope are not lost, but the president should have prioritized security. And if there is one agenda that I would have suggested for, to Mr. President to take or to consider would have been security. And his priority should have been security, 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 and nothing more. We are in a terrible situation. And one thing was not helped, that is like your last correspondent said, if I'm right, he said the president's body language did not convey that seriousness of, that is the seriousness in which he takes security. And I tend to agree in some ways. Now, in this instance, one would have expected that given the enormity, the magnitude of the situation we have, his cabinet, especially those cabinet members that had to do, or that whole portfolios that covers security, that is in terms of defense, Honorable Minister of Defense and State also, the Minister of Interior, the Minister of Police Affairs should have been people who are seasoned. I mean, one is not saying that you should have retired generals or retired military officers or people who are in who are in security field to necessarily hold a portfolio of defense. But given the situation we find ourselves, I think the current appointees there are square pegs in a round hole, in a manner of speaking. They are not suitable for the appointment, in my own opinion, and that conveyed to me, it conveys that is, I mean, that this is not of high priority to Mr. President. Reason again for advocating that the appointees, the team, the national security team should be equal, should be square pegs in square hole, is that, right, the service chiefs, that is the Army, Navy, and Air Force, and also the Chief of Defense Staff, and in my opinion also the National Security Advisor, are good picks. They are, I mean, you couldn't get better people to fill that appointment. But in the case of Minister of Defense, for instance, you need seasoned people. Given the situation we found ourselves, we're in a crisis situation. It should have been perhaps retired military officer of any of the service, or somebody who has been, who is seasoned in security affairs to head that, because it will help the service chiefs. He needs people to drive his agenda. That is the security agenda, the process. You need people to drive that process. I mean, we're thinking of, he has 3 years left in this first term. If he's lucky to get second term, fine. But 3 years. Now, we need to see results. There needs to be a strategy of how to address this issue. And if you come up with good strategies, you know, have people, competent people to drive it in terms of Ministry of Interior, in terms of Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Police Affairs, you're going to face a lot of challenges, because you need people that will support, that will assist the service chiefs to interface with the National Assembly. You need people that will assist the services to also get things from other ministries. Don't forget that when you're talking of national security.
Man, God forgive some of you. You see, sometimes, I mean, some things can just come out and not so nice to a lot of us here, and the reaction is going to be like, "Hello, Shile, wait till this one they talk." He's trying to. That's what you will get when you want to try to lie. That's why I played you the video. So you get, he knew that they were all in soup in Nigeria. Okay, but he didn't want to say it that way. So he wanted to say, he was trying to now kind of package it in a way to make it look like Thiefnubu is not the problem. but the people he appointed. But there are some good ones, but there are some bad ones. So he's now trying to pick the good ones that he can now say how good they are. At least if you want to say this one is good, you should be able to say, take for instance now, the Minister of Kiniko, look at what they are doing, right? We should encourage that one. He's struggling because none is good. Ooh. You cannot sell something that is not real. A snake oil seller. That's who they are. And that's how confused you are going to be. It's just going to be like, you will not make any sense. You'll be sounding stupid, trying to explain to us what Thiefnubu is doing. You'll be sounding stupid. Ask those who were explaining to us what Boko Haram was doing. And then, because we didn't understand, they were the ones trying to make us understand. They were sounding stupid. Sounding stupid. But, you know, you cannot shame the shameless, is what they say. So I'm going to take you back to Abia, where I found the Yoruba community saying, or should I say, passing a vote of confidence on Alex Otti. And they had this to say, just for the record, Yorubas in Abia.
In the state that you help us to be part of your administration. We pray it will not even end in 4 years, it will end in 7 years' time. And so shall it be in Jesus' name. We ask that you help us, that one of the community, remember, which you can help us to approve it, to be one of your commissioner, special advisor, as you may fit to be. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The Yoruba community enjoying the Mbati in Enyimba, Abia State. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome after now. Thank you, Yoruba community. Thank you so much. Eshegon. Thank you. Let me welcome the project manager.
So that's the Yoruba community in Abia State. Tabling their demand before Alex Otti, whose government has now announced that they are now cancelling the state of origin in Abia State. Everybody is now Abians. Yorubas, Fulanis, Igbos, Hausas, everybody in Abia is now Abians, and they will be treated that way. So the Yoruba community were telling Alex Otti that, you know, I mean, they appreciate all he has been doing, but you shouldn't forget that they would love to be given commissioners, personal assistants, or special advisors in his government, so as to give them sense of belonging. And that is their new Abia, by the way. What about the old Oyo? Today is, today is a Children's Day, isn't it? Anyway, Children's Day, right? So let me show you what the Children's Day used to look like when we were growing up. Or before, see, this one was like before I was, before I was born? Listen, when was Bola Ige governor of Oyo State again? Was that on 1979 to 1983? Was that? And then 1984, Buhari coup. That was the year I was born. Okay, this was before I was born. I experienced it too, as a kid, as a school kid, where you have to make sure that your uniform is is washed, dry, ironed before tomorrow morning, because we are going for a march pass where the governor is going to come, or even the local government chairman, depends. And all of us will have to show our different skills. Children's Day, or Your State 1982.
The full story.
May 27 is the day the nation has set aside as the National Children's Day for the purpose of focusing attention on the needs and rights of youths as the potential future nation builders. This day is also a day to commemorate the creation of 12 states in Nigeria, which was 27 May 1967. The opening ceremonies of the day's activities at the Ibadan Liberty Stadium was slightly disturbed when rain began to pour. However, the events went on as the governor of Oyo State, Chief Bola Ige, stood in the rain from the time it started until it stopped, during which students from various schools, beginning with primary school children to secondary school students, marched past the Oyo State governor, who acknowledged with a salute.
That was when the public school were the quality schools. Private schools stood no chance. Where public schools were when I was growing up. It was poor infrastructures here and there, but the standard was standard. I went to public school, primary, secondary, uni. Right? Public. And I turned out good, even though I still believe I was given adulterated education, which I actually never stayed back to finish anyway. And I have no regrets. I didn't stay back to finish. It's a pure nonsense, pure waste of time. And I'm glad I didn't, though. Even though I wanted to, but I didn't. I turned out good. I was so good that oh man, I was really good. I could have probably been better if the standard of education hasn't fallen. Around my own, during my own time. It's worse now. Now they bill me almost 1 million naira every 3 months just to pay the school fees of my own 3 kids in Nigeria. Baba, I went to school free. And it was standard. There were standard then. But right now from our own time, these teachers started bringing egusi and beans and other things for us to pick. During the school hour. But anyway, good old days. You all have your own nostalgic memories about that place. Many of them that we may never get back again, ever. Unfortunately. So yeah, there is this info I need to share with you. Just before we go. I don't know. I don't want to read any meaning to it, but could you tell me what this means? Does this mean anything? This picture was taken at a place where Thiefnubu was commissioning road earlier. That video I showed you earlier. Does this make it, like for optics sake, right? Wike is the minister. Thiefnubu is the president. The lady on the side of Wike is the junior minister. See where Kalu sits. See where they have to make him sit. Anyway, I'll keep it to myself. The state of Nigeria today is what you have on your screen right now. When it comes to, according to this inflation rates, under Obasanjo, it decreased. And that was the only time inflation decreased in Nigeria. The first and the last time. Under Yaradua, it started growing up. Under Jonathan, it was 11.8%. Under Bokwari, it was 12.8%. Under Kolu, it is over 33%. I think that's all I think you should know. All you need to know. If you are looking for or looking into the 1 year of Thiefnubu's inglorious Shegemetin. Oh, where is that Shegemetin? The one we recommended for everybody that is passing through Thiefnubu's Shege. Use Shegemetin. Amoxicillin plus clavonate potassium. Use 2 in the morning, use 2 per day, 14 of them a week, and then you can see Shege into you. Anyway, I'm just like just playing about now, okay? Let's take calls. Let's take calls. So I'm gonna go make myself a fresh tea. So when I come back, I will take calls. So you can call in and be part of this. The number is on your screen. But listen, if you have to go or leave this chat this afternoon or this evening, at least like the broadcast before you go. Will you? Anyway, I will be back. Don't go anywhere, brethren. Hello there.
Yes, Mr. Maiyegun, how are you today, my brother?
I am very well. How are you too?
Yeah, I'm all right. Thank you very much. You got the place to be back online.
Yes, so back again, Baba.
Yes, please. I like that your narrative about managing insecurity instead of ending insecurity. Very good narrative. I quite like that.
You know, it's that you don't want it to go. We say we are managing it. It is same thing as like that of a poverty too. There is no plan to end poverty. They just want to manage it.
They just want to manage it, and it doesn't. And it doesn't add up at all. Okay, what I'm trying to say now is that what happened to the 5 million agbado, cassava, like what they are saying about? You know what Thiefnubu was campaigning, right? He said to end the Boko Haram saga, right? We're going to employ 5 million youths. You remember?
Like this one.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and the other thing. Take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, agbado, corn, and the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption.
Are you there?
I am here. I'm still here. Can you believe that nonsense?
Even the cassava gari right now, na luxury.
It's a luxury. You know, funny enough, right? If our thinking the man is going to make a move, right, towards that dimension. Yeah, that kind of thing, right? Even if you employ just 500,000 youths, right, and cut off this 90 billion for Hajj and all these excesses that they travel abroad. Divert that money towards 500,000 youths.
I am glad you mentioned the 90 billion naira for Hajj. Have you seen the food they serve them in Mecca?
Jesus, man.
Nagari and Akarao.
I know.
I'm going to bring it on. You continue. Now 90 billion, what did they take 90 billion by? I go show the world now. Go on.
If this guy has even done 250,000 youths, right? That Boko Haram would have ended. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And all this narrative, right? The other day I was watching a blogger. I forgot the name of the blogger now, right? He went to the town of Ajayi Crowder, Oshogun. The name of the town is Oshogun.
Right.
The guy went to the town where Ajayi Crowder was kidnapped by the Fulani. Don't forget that during the slave trade, right? It was the Fulanis that were kidnapping Nigerians, Africans for the Europeans. It was the Fulani. You know what I'm saying?
I do with you.
Oshogun town, as at last week, Oshogun town, they are still lamenting that the Fulanis are still kidnapping them till tomorrow. They can't go to farm. Oshogun town, where Ajayi Crowder, Samajaka came from, they can't go to farm till as at last week. You can Google it, just Google it. The latest his story about Oshogun town, Ajayi Crowder town. It's there on Google. You can't miss it. You know what I'm saying? So the problem is that Nigeria is got a surmountable, multifaceted problem that is nobody can understand anymore. Everybody's confused. You know what I'm saying? For example, right, the land use decree of Obasanjo is a part of the problem as well. When he wants to leave government, right, he introduces the land use decree, which the state government are operating on today. Because he wants to have a farm. When he leaves power, he introduced a land use decree where he went to amass
the land belong to government.
Yes, to government.
And that's what they are saying, that and who is controlling the government? Now them. So every land in Nigeria through this land use act makes the land available to them too, just as it is available to all of you. And you can ask the government to take it from you and give it to them by that law.
That's why I have a problem with Obi and obedience. All these are the things they are supposed to be pursuing to change the narrative, right? All this is supposed to be their main concern, not about look, even the obedience and the Obi, right? And we and me and you, right? We're supposed to be concerned about how the election should go. My mouth should not be officiating any election again in Nigeria. Number one. Number two, that land use decree, right? Is supposed to be something we're supposed to be fighting to revoke, to repeal. We have to repeal that law. It doesn't make sense anymore. Because even China, which is a communist country, remember, if you Google it, right? When China was trying to build most of their expressway after 1978, when it became an open market economy, there was a farmer that refused to let go of his land. They had to build the motorway around that farmer. They couldn't take their land in a communist country.
Then
if you live in England, like I know me and both of us live in the UK, right? M62. If you go to M62, Leeds, M62. Go to Manchester.
I have passed through that place. It's like they left this farmer at the center, and the way they designed the road, I know that place. I have passed through that place a few times.
The farmer refused to take money. And they built the expressway, the motorway around the farmer, and they constructed a road, right?
They constructed a road for him too. We are talking about the same place, yeah? They constructed the highway. When you look inside that place, right? If you look, you can tell it's a farm, right? In the middle of that motorway.
I started yesterday when I was going to Stockport. From Nottingham to Stockport, I passed through that place yesterday. I was telling my wife, see what I'm talking about.
The road to his farm. And is that road, you can tell, it's purposely for him. It's not road like normal road.
Yes, it's
just
for him.
That farmer.
Because you compensate. Normally, in a state economy, right, you compensate before you build. In Nigeria, they just capture, they no compensation, they build, and they give you peanuts. And there's another incident in Peckham, in London, when developers, right, offer people a lot of money, right, to vacate their property, and they want to build another development there. This lady refused. They offered her 3 times the money to offer everybody. She refused. Maiyegun today, that building is still there. So that's what we call the democracy. But Nigeria, we say we practice democracy, right? It doesn't seem like a democracy at all.
No, it's not.
It's not a democracy. The people that wrote that constitution, right? They did it, right, for some people. For power grabbing, that was why Thiefnubu was able to grab power the way he grabbed power. in a state society, that after that election, right? That election was supposed to be annulled. And I'm just, you know, when I come to contribute, right? Sometimes I'm very erratic. But
that's what gives us a different flavor. Yeah. And it's use yourself. You are a witness, okay? Somebody else is going to call in, and they are going to say things that some people will be like, no, I don't agree. You see, that's what gives us different flavor on this platform. It simply means all of us are kind of we have this independent mind of seeing things differently, and it does help. I tell you, it does.
Yeah, it's nice talking to you, Maiyegun.
Thank you so much.
God bless you. Yeah,
God bless you too, sir. Yeah, that's my man from England, of course, and that's a good one, though. Okay, talking about no regard for our citizens' rights in a system that was supposed to be democracy. Then you started comparing, okay, this is democracy. Then you're comparing communism elsewhere, like communist China. Okay? Something they say communism is very bad. It's very bad. But they still respect citizens' rights. Not in Nigeria. They will gaslight you. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun Baba.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Baba, Adeo. BJ from London.
So this is BJ. How are you doing today?
Yeah, Baba.
BJ. It's been a while, though, Baba.
Maiyegun, yesterday when you were discussing about when you were like working, not working as in part of the political party in Nigeria back then before you travel.
Oh, PDP.
Maybe, Baba, do you remember?
Are you referring to that my story that they were already penning me down for PA to chairman, PDP chairman? Is that the story you are referring to? Another one?
Yeah, Baba. Do you remember Esho in the Jabubo?
Esho Jinadu.
The one that Esho Jinadu, yeah. So Buruji, that always share cars in the Jabubo.
Did you go there? Did you go to that place? Did you ever visit the place?
I schooled in the Jabubo in Ibrahim.
Okay.
Baba, everybody there, all those old Baba and Mama, most of them, you know, you see them driving that short car and in his house.
Opel. That's their favorite car. Opel Astra. Opel this and Golf what?
Yeah. No, it's Opel, not Golf, Opel.
And I think it's mostly Opel. Right. Yeah. The who.
Yeah, so they put a sticker on the car like sure. So I remember when you were saying, you know, like because I remember them because all those Baba and you know, they always
I came there too, Baba. These people, because my friend wanted to be a counselor. Okay, and I happened to be his supposed planning manager. I mean, they plan everything. Sure, you get. So at the time, based on our exposure, right? So it's what I know. I mean, it's all I kind of could use at the time, right? So to me, I was like, oh, let us go and join them in PDP, and then we'll help them, and then you know, you will become the candidate. Nobody can take the ticket away from you. But as soon as we entered the one day, they said they are looking for, because they make me youth leader, PDP youth leader. Odobolulu, I mean, Ward 4, Odobolulu local government.
They always dragging the Jabubo like as in a show. It was PDP that, you know, that owns that Jabubo mainly, like, you know,
all nonsense. Like, it was all bullshit. But I gained a lot. Okay, I gained a lot. I get to understand how this whole thing works. It gave me the best experience of my life when it comes to how their political arrangement works in Nigeria. Well, BJ.
Exactly. So, as when you were not discussing it yesterday, I was remembering back then the Bubo, like everybody there, they always go to a show house, you know, compound.
Along Burambeni. Along Burani. You go have to go and cost yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, shape with Fry, you go and cost yourself. Emi Lagbaja, Omo Lagbaja. Today, Mobu Male. Mo Edun Aira lele yo. Mo fi Edun Aira. Ara ni ko pa ni ti mo ba dale Buruji. Anywhere Buruji wants me to vote is where I will vote. If I fail to follow Buruji, make I die. About I want ship from one ship from one mama. He might jail your mommy. You go me ship abba.
When you were saying it yesterday, as in I was just remembering back then in school, like wow, like it's true, like what Maiyegun saying is true about, you know, like
they didn't allow me to, you know, they said, you know, they said that I'm
ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ ní ìgbà yẹn wọ́n lè kú torí ẹ̀ṣọ́ àwọn bàbá arúgbó àwọn tó torí ẹ máa rí wọn tó ń wa mọ́tò yẹn pẹ̀lú àwọn pẹ̀lú like. Anyway, but that's what I want to keep, you know, because it's just let me to remember back then in the Jehovah.
I gave you that nostalgia. It was a true story, you know. Anyway, BJ.
You know, it is. Take care of that.
Thank you so much. So that's BJ. BJ just wanted to remember and remember that Ijebu Igbo of then, it was mental. It was totally crazy. Okay. I mean, I was, like I said, I was really, really good. Think about it, okay? When I put my mind into something, I always try to excel. Anything. I would do all I have to do normally. I will try to excel. They were so surprised. Me, we just come back from Lagos. I just came back from Lagos. And then, you know, I just kind of I tied the knot with Yakufo, right? So, and we just got married. And I had to stay in Odobolu. And staying in Odobolu simply means that, I mean, I can't just stay. I have to do something, right? So I was running a small business, not so great. Then I've got this pal who wants to be a counselor, right? And I was like, okay, yeah, let's see what we can do. So I would be there up all night, drafting different policies, drafting this, drafting that. You know what I mean? You know, there was no much like you know, printing or internet stuff that we could put up. No. It was all about planning, writing. I will be writing, I will be planning, and all of that. It didn't take time before they knew me inside their meeting in my ward. So we have to go to their meeting now. So we're like the obedient of Diara. We didn't believe in their party, but we just believed that if one of us have a chance of being in public office, right, we could from there get some of the things that the real politicians are not giving to us, like support, you know, scholarship for this or that, right? So one of our own, if it's in there, it can use part of that money or give us access to help other people. How naive that we are. So they love me. They were so surprised. Iman saw Yoruba, and mama wa, and baba wa, eri and abalagba so pe shawari ni kini kan matu so Jebu. They loved me die. Like it was like Jebu. Jebu. And I will speak Ijebu, I will speak to everybody. It was lovely. It was a lovely experience. But I had my eyes on something bigger. I told you this story too, yeah? One day I just sat on my balcony in Odogbolu, and there was no light. Everywhere, the entire, you know, when I sat on my balcony, I could see almost the entire town. You know that now, like, few upstairs houses, okay? Right? So then I was just looking at the old town like that. I was like, God damn it, man. There's no chance I'm going to actually be able to really make anything out of this place if I remain in this place. So I was talking to myself on my balcony in the middle of the night, outside. And I will never forget. I will never forget. That was the day I vowed I was going to leave Nigeria. You know, sometimes you get to a stage in your life that you'd say, except I leave this place, I can never become anything here. You know, there's some level of shit that you have given up trying in a place, and you're like, except I leave this place, I don't think. I don't know, you know, I don't know, maybe God just answered my prayer. You know, so a year after that, okay, a year after that, which was after 2011, I packed my bag and I became a Glaswegian, and I never looked back since then. Majority of them in Odogbolu, they were not sure if it was actually real. They traveled abroad. How? And so that they travel. Odogbolu to London, maybe in India, or maybe all this Malaysia or something they went to. People were actually saying that in Odogbolu, my hometown. That's how unbelievable my story was to some of them. London. London, call. London. Now so that they go London. Maybe it's maybe in Togo or Ghana, you go tonight, they tell all of you saying go London. Because I just packed my bag from Odogbolu, and that's me on my way to Glasgow. And that's it. I never looked back. Prince Jejema, I have kept you there for like forever.
No shaky, Baba.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, Baba. Your story is interesting. No shaking.
Baba, my story is life story. I was saying it on TikTok the other day, and somebody said, "This is your story." No, jail. You know, straightforward. I say, you know my own story more than me. But you know now, shit happens. But that is my inspiration about life. Every time I look back, I always tell myself that leaving Nigeria was the best decision of my life. Majority of people will never know me if I was still in that contraption. But look at it today.
Not true, Baba. It's quite unfortunate, you know, that someone will leave Nigeria, you know, his life will transform. Like, you see, it's like it shows that everybody in that country is inside open prison. You understand? Everybody is just like they thought that they are free, but they are just in an open prison. That's the way I would describe Nigeria. You know, because it's like the basic things that you want need for life that a government supposed to provide is not there. You know, so it's like there's no government. You know, so let me first of all, Baba, before I go too far, let me thank you so much. You the other day, you know, you encourage our people on Temple of Truth, and they did their justice to my new song Parasite. Right. You know, the subscription now has crossed over 1,000 plus.
Oh, you finally crossed the 1,000, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, yes. That's a great one. We need more people. We need more of us. So please go take a look at Prince Jejeman's channel. You see, when he has more people on, this will be his motivation. And somebody like him who can sit down and think and write songs and put tunes out there, they are very, very crucial to a movement like this. So we need to keep encouraging ourselves. Okay, I implore us to please. It's important. The Prince.
Thank you so much, Baba. It's in fact the channel is growing minute by minute. I've saw the subscriber and it's coming slowly.
Yeah, slow but steady. It will get there.
Yeah, I'm really encouraged. Yeah, thank you everyone on Temple of Truth. Thank you so much. I really appreciate.
Thank you.
You know, we'll continue to push until our freedom is sure and guaranteed, and we believe it's gonna be so.
It will.
You know, now the Kano must be free. If he's not freed, all of us are all engaged.
Not free.
We are not free.
Injustice to one is injustice. Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. Okay?
Exactly.
So an injustice to one ordinarily, automatically should be an injustice to all. Because after that person, you could be next. If you keep quiet, right? What do you think will speak out for you when it is your turn? That's why we all have to speak out as much as possible.
That's right.
Prince.
So another thing again is to I encourage everyone. 30th is Thursday. 30th May.
That's right.
Is on Thursday.
It's 2 days time. And tomorrow, Wednesday, is the only day that kind of covers it. By Thursday, all roads should lead to London, the Parliament building. Starting from the Parliament building, you said, and then people will march from there on.
Yes.
Let me put that sticker on, and for people who might want to reach out or call or contact on their way, right?
We are expecting over 2 million people in London, so tomorrow, it's gonna be massive. It's gonna be a full house. Just come out there, and we are going to see me perform Parasite for the first time publicly.
Great.
You know, Maiyegun is going to be there live and direct.
Yes, I'm coming.
You know, so if you want to see Maiyegun in person, this great man we are watching on telly, come to London.
Prince Jeje,
come to London and see him live and direct. Okay, we are waiting for all of you. We are going to host all of you. Yes. Yeah. So thank you so much. The thing I want to contribute today, quick one, is about this Baba Soyinka, the oppressor professor.
Oh, you mean the confessor?
Confessor.
They call him Confessor Bajue. You know, people they have names now. He called the obedient Bajue. They turn around, they call him Confessor Bajue.
Confessor. You know, one thing I observe, you know, I want our people to note one thing about oppressor Soyinka. That's what I.
You call him oppressor, right? Okay.
Yes,
oppressor Soyinka.
Yes, he's an oppressor. You know, so what they do, you see this Badorian generation of APC. What they do is that they constantly, when they see that there's nothing to keep people busy, they will just bring out one person to start saying something, you know, to steer the water. Let there be heat going on. You understand? So that if there's something that they are doing, which maybe they are cooking, another evil they want to do, just to divert people's attention from it. Because if you see the time he came out, what he was saying has nothing to do with Obi or has nothing to do with.
You understand? Obi is not the president. You should be talking about the state of the country, or you just switch to Obi. Like, come on, man.
It's distraction. It's distraction. You get what I mean?
Dude.
They just want people to be busy talking something that is irrelevant. Why they are busy stealing? Why they are busy stealing? You know, so to make you attention, not okay. For instance, let me expose this. What they did concerning the people going to pray at Mecca. They dish out. They stole 90 billion naira. That's about $26 million. That's what they stole.
See what they have them in Mecca
of Nigeria.
I was asking people where they use 90 billion or send go Mecca or seafood where they serve them all.
90 billion.
Either the money has not been released, or some people don't chop them. I mean, which one we see that they serve akara and gari for Mecca and Tori or long? People that paid nearly 10 million naira to go.
Maiyegun thief and terrorists full as a rock.
Hey.
You understand? The money, the 90 billion, waiting Alaba Jerry, they take 90 billion do. They stole that money. You know, and you know, to keep people distracted, not to talk about that one, because people were shouting, ole, ole, ole. They brought out oppressor Soyinka to start talking. You understand? These are the things that our people need to know. They don't want people to really come out and focus and fight for their rights. Anytime that the people are agitating, they see that people, they don't want criminal thing like this, their 15 trillion naira they stole. They said they are building Coastal Highway.
Coastal Road.
That's another 15 trillion. Yeah, I don't know how many billions of dollars that
About
money is.
$12 billion. Billion,
12
not million.
$12 billion. Maiyegun
Yes,
can turn at least the half of Nigeria into Dubai.
It will turn Nigeria around 12 billion, right? If they just fix East-West Road alone, then if you say people go get to Calabar that they want to do coastal road like this, in 4 hours from Lagos, East-West Road, if they fix them alone, right? In 4 hours, you go take Calabar from Lagos, okay? Also, if they just use 10 billion, no, if they just use 2 billion from that money, they can construct the fastest train from Cameroon to Lagos, okay? And I'm talking about 1,000-kilometer railway with just $2.5 billion. They will construct it. They will buy a fastest coach on it. All of it for 2.5 billion. Baba, not even 12 billion, 2.5. They will build rail.
Maiyegun, these people are the kind of thief these people are cannot imagine.
Honestly. It's unfair.
The kind of thief. The kind of thief these people are. I can't just imagine. I don't know if these people are human beings or they are baboons. So I don't, because human being will think of even his own preservation. They are not even thinking of
they
themselves.
They don't have anything called self-preservation, no?
Hey.
Oh, chopper now. Oh, paka now. It's our turn. It's our chance.
Maiyegun, do you know why these people are animals and baboons? Well, during the time of election, you see trailer of money that has rotten. Trailer of money. See, today, did they investigate to know who stole all this money that they brought out? The money that termite has eaten up. I don't. You saw it then, Maiyegun.
I saw it now.
Are they human beings? Can normal human being do
people where they carry millions of dollars? They bury them inside GP tank. People where they carry millions of naira, millions of dollars, they bury them inside the soak away. While the rest of the country is looking for work and job. You know, the mad people.
What I wish one day, see all of them, they just bring them together, put them inside one drone and put hot water there.
Yeah.
One day. All of them inside one drone. Put all of them inside
just put them inside one plane. May go crash somewhere. Prince Jejema. Thank you.
Thank you, Baba.
You have a good one, okay?
God bless you.
Of our greedy leaders. Oh, Thunder, where are you? This is the time you are supposed to strike, so that you eliminate all of them, so that you have peace in our nation. Or join them in one aeroplane, so that it will crash land in the course of their journey. Furthermore, our security agents, i.e., the police and of
that young man, Flora, milady, if you are in London, any of you you don't even have to be in London, come on. If you are in the UK on Thursday, you should join us in solidarity, in remembrance of the Biafran fallen heroes. This is in remembrance of women, children, men, young, old, that became the victims of that genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, popularly called the Biafran War. It is a remembrance. Nigeria wants to do everything for us to forget about it. Don't read about it, except what you are told about Biafra. But these days, there are generations who have been reading. I'm talking about non-Igbos, who have been reading what really happened to the Igbos and non-Igbos alike in the old Eastern region. And they discovered that Nigeria, who said no winner, no vanquish, let everybody move on, we now realize that we are not going to be able to move on. Okay? Without what they call closure. Closure is when those who perpetrated the crime against humanity, whether they are dead or still alive, are actually held responsible. There are those who are like the Holocaust planners, Holocaust officers, Holocaust guys who are like years after Holocaust, they were still kind of being hunted down for trial. Same in so many other places all over the world. It's only in Nigeria. There are murderers, genocidists. They were rewarded. They were made ministers, presidents, head of states, on and on. Those who actually slaughtered their fellow Nigerians because of where they came from. Now you need a closure. That closure will come from the area of forgiveness. The entire Nigeria would demand for a forgiveness from the entire Igbos. And I'm talking about the entire old eastern region, a situation whereby the entire Nigeria will actually apologize. And not just that, the entire Nigeria will pay restitution to the Igbos, who lost millions of people that shouldn't have died if not for the egoistical war and disagreement, the withdrawal of a gentlemanly agreement that led to the loss of life of millions of people. Nigeria don't want us to see it that way. Nigeria wants you to blame the Igbos all your life. In fact, there are Igbos who blame themselves because Nigeria told them to blame themselves. And despite all of this tactic and all that they have employed for over 50 years, the Igbos will never forget what they did to their people. And it is called the Remembrance Day. And you don't have to be Igbos to be part of it. I am going to be there. I will be in London before 10 a.m. that day, on Thursday. I will be in London on Thursday. Inshallah, inshallah, I shall be there. So yeah, you should come around. Let's walk in solidarity. Tell the world, right, that they will never rewrite the history until Nigeria and the rest of the world actually acknowledges what they did to the Biafrans. Those of you who have become the prisoners of history, those of you who have now become ethnic, tribal bigots, I promise you, you haven't seen war. The Biafrans have. And with the way Nigeria is going, there will be another one. But guess what? Nigeria will never survive another civil war. So this is why this generation who don't want to inherit the enemies of their own ancestors. I do not want to inherit other people's enemies. Okay? Those who committed this genocide, majority of them are gone. Others are still here. So the only thing we could do is to remind all of them that there is no amount of no winner, no vanquish that is going to sweep it under the carpet. And I think the rest of Nigeria will continue, will kind of take it even more serious when the rest of you, all of us who are non-Igbos, actually take this and participate every year to remember those Nigeria doesn't want us to remember. And we can't move on. We can't. Because those who committed the genocide, then, they were rewarded. So they went on to do it again and again. And look at Nigeria today, filled with bigots, ethnic bigots, religious fanatics. And it's more or less like a place where we can't even wait to kill ourselves. It's like, we can't wait. Well, we are looking for the opportunity. If we catch you, we'll kill you. Nigeria needs restitution. I would love to see you in London on Thursday. I have a caller I've kept there forever. Are you still there?
Yeah, Maiyegun. I can wait for I can't wait for 2 hours. Amen. It's our program. This is CA from Atlanta. CA from Atlanta.
That is our own CA from Atlanta. How are you today,
yes,
CA?
I'm good. It's exactly 5:23 p.m. in a lovely sunny day in Atlanta.
Enjoy it. It's been raining for the last 2 days here in Glasgow. I'm not complaining, but just telling you.
Yeah.
CA.
Yeah. So yeah, about our confessor, Shoyinka. People, I don't know if people notice something. One is a strategy to keep him out of 2027. So I think it's an indictment on the administration because for them to be shouting Obi, that means Obi won that election. They knew he won that election.
And I think that's why they hate him.
They knew, yes, they knew he won that election. So their fear now is, since they've already failed, of course they already failed. Even they don't need 3 more years to show that they failed. What will 2027 be like with Obi back in that race? So that's their fear. I think the strategy is, let's demarcate this guy, and see if we can get him out of the way. I know they're still going to rig it.
For real.
Yes.
One that could
yes.
trigger anything. Indeed.
Yes. I know they are still going to rig to get themselves in. But they want to do it in a way that even if they rig, there won't be too much opposition, because the way things are now, their fear is this guy didn't do anything when they stole the election from him. Who knows what's going to happen next if they steal the election from him again? So that guy, they say is clever. He's clever. He built Lagos. These are the things he does to look for a way
clever my house.
to plan. He built Lagos. He built very clever. So we can see all the cleverness now. How clever he is. Then secondly, Maiyegun, the country is dead. Nigeria is gone. I was on a Twitter space this morning. If you hear what people are talking about that country, Maiyegun will be amazed. The level of hunger, the level of poverty. A guy called and said, between God and man, he eats once a day with the wife and family. Once a day. Right now. These are people that are earning salaries. These are people who have jobs.
They have imagine. These are people who get jobs, but they can no longer really feed well. What kind of life is this? People who return back from Nigeria, they had to kind of say to us like, "Oh, Baba, see, people are going through a lot. Oh. If you have power to help anybody in Nigeria, please help them. Please don't judge them. Please don't do this." Somebody actually came. He told me that he said, "Baba, man, I don't lie you. People are going through hell."
Maiyegun, I don't know if you've forgotten. The last, about 2 calls away, I don't know if it's my last call or my call before the last. I told the story that my wife came back from Nigeria in February. I went to the airport to pick my wife with my little daughter.
And she was almost
halfway towards, she was crying, not almost. My wife was in tears. Suddenly broke out in tears. If not for the fact that I was on the highway, I would have parked. I was on the 285. Those that know Atlanta know 285. A very busy highway. I couldn't park. What happened? She was crying. Said people are suffering back home.
Like for real. So it's the kind people know say people they suffer. Sure you get. But get some sufferness. So you go see. You will believe that it's not possible. This is not possible. If not because you are seeing it.
I am not saying she's sobbing. No. She was shedding tears that my little girl was panicking. Daddy, what's going on? Why is mommy crying? He said people are going through hell back home. I have a friend in Ireland, Dublin, that went to Nigeria last month. He called me and said, "Oh boy, if there's anything where you feel do for people back home,
just do them." No, please, people are actually saying, please don't ask them. And see if you have anybody. I'm not even saying the random people now. People you know. Say you know. If they come, do them, because if you know what it is now, that he said he was even asking, how are you guys even surviving? He said, we survive people like you that come now. We hang around you.
He said he was going to Djibouti because he lodged in a hotel in Solere. Was going to Djibouti to pick up some packages that they will bid for to him from Port Harcourt, maybe to take it to Dublin on his way, but I don't know. He said he saw 3 guys. They looked at him, even though he didn't dress too heavy. They came and said, Baba, please, they've not eaten since 2 days. Just give us something to eat. That they just came out, they were just released from prison 2 weeks ago. He dipped his hand in his pocket and gave them 2,000 naira. Maiyegun, he said 3 of them prostrated on the floor and we are rolling on the floor. 2,000 naira, we are rolling on the floor. Tears came out from his eyes.
People are going through a lot, Baba. But why are they holding it in? That's something that is shocking a lot of people, that they are going through a lot. They are going through hell. But none of them is
the Twitter space I listen to
with the criminal politicians. They just continue to. They say Nigerians. They say a lot about their politicians, but none of them that they have been talking to ever actually really see the politicians as a problem. Yeah.
I was talking to a lady. I was talking to a lady from Abia State the other day. Last month, we were driving. I was giving her a lift. Then we started. I was listening to a program. So, what program is this? I told her. Apparently, she's a pro-government person. I think she works in the ministry in Abuja. Then we start talking about governors. I say, imagine who's the Kano. He's former governor from his state. He said, how he didn't steal any money. He had money before he became a politician. I said, I know he was a billionaire before he became a politician. But he stole money. How much did he steal? How much did they steal? He can pay them back. You can imagine people supporting thieves, criminals. You can imagine. I go. It's one of those things. Let me just.
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Take care, Maiyegun. Nice job.
One, all right, see you.
I built this country. I employed 13,800 workers. People employ nobody, and nobody asks them their source of wealth. I have 3 factories in Lagos, Nigeria. I have 2 factories in Ota, build manufacturing. I have 3 factories in Aba, manufacturing, and I'm a thief. And people that cannot explain where their source of wealth comes from, they are not thieves. I leave everything in the hands of God. May God be the judge.
One true emperor, Shakpa Malekun. Is that you?
Aleku Sakma, my brother.
How are you today?
Man, today is a good day, and of course, your show is as excellent as usual.
I can
thank you for
you are probably wearing this big smile as you are talking right now because Audio Zokalu was beaming on your screen, and I guess like you're just still like, oh no, okay. Anyway, it's good to have you back, Baba.
The guy now cry baby. The reason why I called today is not to actually speak on today's topic because we predicted all this. And we have 7 years to go.
7 more.
President Thiefnubu. You see, I didn't call him president. I am showing respect. President Thiefnubu is working. His mandate is working well. He's doing his job. His ministers are performing excellently. Wike is doing a great job. The economy is moving and is. Come on, see, look, Oduduwa Emefiole is the greatest central bank governor of Nigeria
ever invented after sliced bread.
They are doing. Look at the minister of aviation, Kiyamo. Maiyegun, please. People are just making noise. Kolu is working.
Yes.
People are making noise. He's working. So let me not tell you the reason why I called. I called because of what the last caller said. Respect to the last caller, but I disagree with everything he said. He's saying, let us help people back home. Do not ask any question. To me, in my own personal opinion, I see it as a slavish statement. Because this is why Nigeria will never break up or move forward. Because of people like the last caller, enabling the same people that will still go and vote Muslim tickets in 2027. Like, people think that Nigerians don't know what they are doing, that Nigerians don't know anything. That is the saddest thing, why Nigerians will never be free. Because people want to play ignorant. Look at what is going on in the North. Has the North ever showed anger? Like what's going on in Kano? Have they ever showed that type of anger towards something that concerns them? They've never showed that anger towards lack of education, towards insecurity, towards raping, towards stealing,
kidnapping, banditry, as they call it, terrorism and all of that. So
the only thing that they have energy for is if they insult Allah. And somebody is calling, saying those are the people we should help. Some of our family members voted Muslim tickets, voted APC. And some of these idiots in diaspora are still sending them money. And they think Nigeria will break up. You see, Michael, this is why I laugh. See, Michael, this is why I called your show the greatest comedy show. Because all I do is laugh. Because I keep telling you, you have vindicated me. Because I used to think I was crazy. Because all these questions that you are asking, I was asking. And because of that, because of my life, I had to run away. I literally had to run away, not because I had plans to move over here. I ran.
Like for your own sanity, you just have to run.
For my, not sanity, for safety. I would have died if I was still in Nigeria. I'm telling you facts, Marty, I don't mind. So when now somebody now calls with the awareness that you and other platforms were given in this 2023 election, somebody is now saying we should not ask questions. We should just help people because people are suffering. Nigeria cannot move forward. Too many slaves. Michael, you get enough slaves for this chat, I beg.
Right.
2023 and people are still saying we should help people. Man, it is well. Michael, let me just go because before I say what I should not say, let me just go.
In your own word, as it is right now, may everybody find their level. If you know if you find your level, Mugari.
In the time of poverty like this, the economic principle of Yusuf is what everybody should apply in his own lives. Eat little, save more. You don't know what is happening. Kese la nri lowo, makasakasa timbo. $1 was just 800 naira or thereabout a couple of months ago. Now $1 is over 1,000 naira. How much will it go? Nobody knows. Tori to nse falafulu. Ogba salary kilawa. Igberaga week. Gbera resanle láìpẹ́. Eat little and save more. Ayé tá ń jẹ chicken kọ́ la wà yìí mọ́. Ayé shawarma kọ́ mọ́. Ayé ice cream kọ́. Mu gààrí. Jẹ pọ̀nmọ́. Gbàgbé táwọn doctors sọ pé kò ní nutritional value. Kí ló fẹ́ nutritional value pẹ̀lú kíni? Jẹ pọ̀nmọ́. Mu gààrí. Orí ẹja. Wallahi kò.
Ìgboro rẹ̀ rèé. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening too. How are you?
I'm good, Maiyegun. Thanks once again for good job you are doing.
Thank you so much for being part of it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Maiyegun, do you see that Kumuyi and one other big pastor, they have jackpot?
Oh, you've seen that video, but it's not actually a new video. You won't believe it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like about 9 years old.
Oh my gosh! Serious?
It was in 2015, right? It was in 2015 when when everybody was shouting change. Then Boko Haram came in, right? And by December that year, Kumuyi and his wife, they relocated to UK.
Wow. Okay, I thought it was recent.
I saw the video today and I was like, this video is trending again.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know that. I was thinking it's recent,
It was back then. But again, even if you don't want to use Kumuyi, let us go and use that other guy that moved to the US. Have you seen that one?
No, I didn't.
That pastor from Lagos. Oh, why this? His name just... I'll ask my people, okay? This guy is a very popular pastor in Lagos, okay? And then he moved, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, he relocated to the US. So when they asked him, why did he leave Nigeria for the US? He said his wife and himself, they had a dream. Samadeyemi, you know that name? Samadeyemi?
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
He's relocated to the US. When they asked him, he said he and his wife, they had a dream that some people were going to attack them in Nigeria. To avoid that, they moved to the US. They left their church members in Nigeria who are still paying tithe, who are still doing services, to pray for a better Nigeria. But they
imagine.
That one is recent, just 2 years ago.
You know one thing what I know for sure is that majority of these big men of God, they will jump up very soon because this tight money they use to fund their expensive lifestyle. A lot of people has woken up in that tight matter. They might be going to church, but they're not paying that tight anymore.
Not like before anymore.
Yes, at least 80% are not paying that tight anymore. So how would they fund their private jet they kept at the airport?
Mm-hmm.
The money will not be coming anymore. Very, very soon you will see them start buying. You know. So for Nigeria, Nigeria, I don't know. Sometimes I will be praying for calamity, but the calamity is still there. Nobody is still waking up. I don't know what else will wake our people up again to say enough is enough. Because this time, people, if you go to Nigeria, people are suffering like serious poverty. But still, they're not complaining. They are not seeing where their problem is. They will be blaming one another. Instead of them facing this government officials, that is their problem. They are not doing that. Nigeria has destroyed, in fact. Look at what law enforcement agencies are doing. If law enforcement could be behaving like that, what of the masses? What do you expect from the masses? If law enforcement we go mad. People that are enforcing the law will go. What of the people they are enforcing the law for? Those ones, everybody's mad now.
It can best be imagined.
Yeah. You can just so sometimes when you look something that is going on there, you will see that this country they need to stop the country now before it will stop everybody.
Honestly.
Yeah, they need to pause it. If not pause, maybe they pause them first. Pause this country before it go destroy us all. Because this thing is getting too much. It's not normal anymore. See the landmark demolition. You demolish a whole places worth of that money, and later you just do it like nothing happened. Now you will not do it again. Come on, man. Some things is this. It gets me really paranoia when I start thinking about it.
I know. I mean, there are some things that if they explain them to you, there's no way you will understand it, because the question is going to be like, but why? Is there no other way? But why? Why would they have to do it like this?
Seriously.
I mean, Nigeria is impossible. I'm glad that a lot of people are subconsciously awake, and gradually we will make up the number of those that are not just going to be complaining. Now they can actually act.
Take action, because this now they're discussing about 2027. Is this normal? How can somebody be discussing? How can somebody be talking about 2027?
It's not normal.
Why we're just entering the first turn of this man, and again they are discussing about 2027.
We can reach 2025. The way the whole thing they go, many of us, you see, many of these people will not make it to 2025 like that.
No, of course,
but
of course.
Okay.
And this demolition they make now, this contract they awarded for the coastal lane, whatever, is the money they will want to use to fund their 2027 campaign. They took out already. So that is what they took out already. Now they will start creating mushroom political parties that will destroy what does it call Labour Party's vote. This is their target. This because they know that Labour Party is standing their way, so they will do everything humanly possible to make sure that they divide their vote. Which I don't know how they're gonna do that.
Well,
anyway, but if they could take this one by force, what is 2027 when everything is in their hand?
Would anybody even want to go and vote when Yakubu is still the INEC chairman? When out of the state commissioner of INEC, 21 of them are APC card-carrying members. This is the guy who is in control of the army, the police, and everybody knows that all of these guys are going to what? All of them are going to be part as the people you are going to be campaigning or voting against. Then it's not about how many votes you vote. It is what they announce as your result. Why would anybody want to do that to themselves? That was the question I was asking everybody the last time on this platform. Every day I said, but why do you want to do this to yourselves? They are going to rig you, right? Your participation is just to validate that rigging. They will tell you to go to court. The court is going to validate the rigging. Why do you want to do this to yourselves? But a lot of people were like, but we have to do something. Well, okay, they did, and they got robbed. You want to do it again?
And again, Maiyegun, do you see? I saw some Fulani cows. They poisoned the cows. and they start slaughtering these cows. And they will go and sell these cows to restaurants. And people will be eating this poison. And nobody is saying anything about it. It didn't make news itself in Nigeria.
No.
It didn't even make any news because people don't care.
And even if it made the news, they still won't care. Is that not the attitude? Let's pretend that it is not happening. Baba, people will read news. Do you know that right now, Baba, over 200 people that were taken from Kuchi community in Niger State? Do you know that all of them, nobody knows their whereabouts right now? And everybody just imagine. They are preparing for 1 year anniversary of Thiefnubu. Over 200 Nigerians were taken 2 days ago. They are in the captivity of the terrorists till now. Not even a word from many of the members of the government. Since if they don't talk about it, it's not happening.
Maiyegun, people that Fulani people are killing in Nigeria every day. What is happening in Gaza don't reach what is happening in Nigeria. Because it's not making any news. Before people will be saying Palestinian. Maiyegun, believe me, that I was telling one Arab guy, I tell him I'm not feeling sorry for Palestinians. He said, why? I said, because nobody is feeling sorry for us. We're facing the same thing every day.
We are picking bodies every day, but they told us Nigeria is not at war. Okay, but people's body were being, children were, pregnant women, children, they were being macheted. Pregnant women's stomach, right, were being macheted, opened, and the baby inside pulled out. We've seen all of that. Guess what? Everybody just read it and move on. It is
it's a pity, man. We need to end that country, Maiyegun. By any means necessary, because otherwise people will be gone. Maiyegun, thanks once again, and keep it up. More grace, yeah?
Thank you so much. And to our fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning.
Fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning.
Pastor, pastor, àwọn ọmọjọ sticker ló ń ṣọ́ wa, àṣẹ kò rí pé orí wa ti burú. Ìwọ má nílá o, ìpápá ẹ̀dá orin, yẹ́n kan wà ní báìbù tó ń jẹ, kò jẹ́ pé sàgbétò àbí kò gbẹ́rì tí kò gbé tí a fẹ́ jókòó tẹ̀ rà, gbẹ́rì tí bá yọ píù, àwòyí àárín. Mo mọ̀ yín pé wà nínú báìbù pé ìgbà tó fẹ́ mú Jésù kọjá ní àárín òun ògèrí Jésù, kí ni Jésù lò? Àfẹ́ rí ló lò. Ìwọ má nílá, ayé bàjẹ́.
Ayé ta nìyẹn. Hello there.
Hello, my good general.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. This is Lake. This is I'm a first-time caller.
I can tell.
I've been trying to get through, but thank God I got through today.
God bless you. Would you like to give me a name, or we should just keep it like that?
Yeah, Lake.
It should be Lake. Thank you so much. I have a caller, and he is Lake. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, New York City.
From New York. Thank you so much, Lake. So Lake City from New York City. Quite classy. Baba?
Yes.
Everybody can hear you now. Please.
Okay. I just want to say a few things. One is I just want to thank you for all the things you've been doing.
Thank you.
It's not easy for it to be consistent this way. Every now and then, every day, trying to enlighten Nigerians, enlighten the youths, shine those that touch lights on those very good areas that people should be looking at. So I just want to take this opportunity to thank you.
Thank you too, Lake.
Thank you for your work.
Good one, Baba.
So I want to mention, you talked about the video where Thiefnubu was, I think he was flagging off for inaugurating a road with Kolu.
Yes.
And he was sitting down on a wooden chair. Maybe
I don't know what optics means, Lake, right? But you can help me. I'll leave it on your screen so that people who are
No, actually, I cannot. I don't really know what to say about it. But I've been before you talked about it. I've been also wondering why will he choose that kind of seat. Most probably it should be like something about health grounds.
Okay.
So that is that is what
the only plausible explanation, yeah? To say maybe you needed something that is stored there because of health and all, yeah? Is that plausible, or could you say it's plausible? There's something that is more
old
comfy.
Man.
Look at the couch.
Yeah.
Look at that couch, right? It's more comfy. Okay.
Exactly.
When you look at that chair, it's stored in a sort of like a sturdier and hard. That's not comfy. But again, I will follow your lead. Continue, Baba.
Yeah, so that is actually that is just what I thought about before you said what you said. So secondly, what I wanted to talk about is about these people talking about the next election. I am a strong supporter of Obi, and I still support him. I believe in his vision for Nigeria, and I strongly believe that he has the good heart. He has the good intentions for Nigeria. But honestly, if I have to tell myself the truth, I don't really see how anybody going into 2027 while Kolu is there, how possible for anyone to defeat Kolu. I don't really see it. It has to be like a big miracle. If he's there on seat, unless he's not there, unless maybe something happened and God, asked him, my son, come. But if
call
he's
him
there,
call him to glory. Is that what they say? Call to glory.
Maybe I just want to say that. Maybe call him and say, my son, I want to invite you for a small supper. Something like that.
And then keep
if
him there.
Not, because imagine Kolu during the election, Buhari insiders were against him.
Absolutely.
He managed to win that election by hook and by crook.
Yes.
Then right now that he has taken all the judiciary in his pockets, the military in his pockets, the police, all the whole service chiefs in his pockets, the whole politicians in his pockets, the whole state, both APC and PDP, almost all of them,
everybody, they are already doing sa for him.
So how is it? What miracle? I pray something happened, but I pretty much doubt. And what you said,
except somebody is overlooking the obvious. Okay, let's even just leave Thiefnubu is this or that alone. Let's just look at the structure that is likely going to the umpire that will conduct an election. Right, is compromised. 65 to 70% of them is owned. Like their loyalty is to Thiefnubu. This is not about them trying to be loyal to government in power. No, he appointed them for a purpose. Here you get. So which simply means out of 36 states, if they can manage to read for him in just 24, that's it. It doesn't have to do anything. They just have to declare written result from this 24 state. That's it. Then they'll tell you to go to court. Now, when you go to court, people who helped him perfect all of the illegalities, the evidence against him, against the election, against his past and everything, those who helped block out all the evidence, they are now in Supreme Court. So what do you want to go tell them?
Exactly.
So this is the reason why I said, okay, if anybody wants to participate in any elections, okay, because I don't get power to stop them. But can you please use this your power to influence a reform that will get rid of some of these concerns before you go to any elections? For me, I am just this small voice talking. Nobody is listening.
I don't think there's no reform, coming in. In fact, any reform
is call you to reform himself so that he can lose.
Yeah,
would you do it?
It's not possible. Look at what is happening with the local government thing they are doing. I just see that that local government autonomy is a grand plan for him. It is good for the local government to have autonomy.
Yes.
But what I know he's going to do is to try as possible make sure that all the local government, at least 70% of the local government chairmen will be his stooge in every local government. If he comes to Anambra State, he makes sure that the local government is with him. So even if the governor
is not
in future wants to double cross him, he will use the local government and then fight the governor. So I think he has bought over the whole state. So there's nothing we can do unless even
but some people will tell themselves even all of that it will lose. But I love to remind them, not be everybody be Jonathan. No. The more if you know this, then you will know peace. Every time you remember that not be everybody be Jonathan. Some people understand what power is and they will do anything and everything to get it. Not be everybody be Jonathan. But again, Yemi, my great grandma of blessed memory, she used to say something to me. She would say, in Yoruba, meaning and in English, simply put as the story, what you will tell as a story, which is going to be his story, the events and the activities, all of that will happen on this earth. None of them is going to happen in heaven, as they say. It will happen here. What we are going to, we see how this goes. Like,
yeah. So good. I didn't want to waste much time of yours. I want to talk about the coastal roads and the plan.
If you can probably make use of 2 minutes judiciously, I will listen. Please.
The coastal road. The coastal road is simply a business venture. In fact, right now, a lot of people are investing in it.
Yes.
Because all they want to do, right from the time they started it, if you remember, the Minister of Works, Devil Omai, once said that, this coastal road will bring much activities about real estate, real sector along the coastal roads. So we all know that they just want to extend that. What's the name of the
Atlantic going straight to the Lekki, Lekki free
they started telling it.
Lekki free Lekki free seaport or something. I what they call that? Lekki free port or something. Lekki free trade zone.
Yes.
Eco Atlantic.
Yes.
These are their new cities owned by them, away from Lagos.
Yes.
And they want
They are trying to replicate Manhattan, the way that coastal line. Because if the coastal road goes behind Landmark, that means Landmark will be inside that their investment.
Yeah.
I don't know if you understand. Yeah, because they're still going to stand still in front of where they demolish. They're still going to stand still.
Yes.
And get more real estate there. That's just what they want to do.
God bless you again, Lake. God will bless you. Continue.
Yes. If the coastal road is behind Landmark, Landmark will be part of that. And those lands, those properties that they started selling it, a lot of people have started investing millions and millions of dollars.
Yes.
Millions and millions of dollars for skyscrapers, which they will sell. And all they need is that 40-something kilometer. That is
just
all they need.
47 kilometers. Once you do it, go and move. You know what? Once you finish this 47 kilometer that is in Lagos, once you get to Ogun and Ondo border, let people continue with the local road, dear Charade. We can complete the rest of the coastal road later. Since if you drive from Lagos, instead of going through Lagos to Shagamu, go through the coastal road, okay? Once you get to the 47th kilometer, you pay your toll gates. Then you go on the road of Ondo or go on the road of Ogun and find your way elsewhere you are going. God bless you, Papa. That's the plan.
Exactly. And another thing there is, there was a documentary I watched. I don't know if it was BBC that did it.
Okay.
That some villages along that coastal road, that coastal area, not coastal road, erosion is eating up inside their village along that road. I think it happened. I think the documentary was 2 years ago or so. If you go search on YouTube, you see it.
I should see it.
And the erosion is now more because of the Eco Atlantic. That is why, because you know one thing, what if you displace water, it has to find somewhere else to go, no matter what you do. So do you know those villages that were shouting, "Oh, don't build the coastal road in front of our because of ancestors." If they feel more right in front of a landmark, those villages will be affected later in the future. Probably in next 10 years, there won't be no more. Unless if there's a major investment there to
like
block
proper dredging and proper reclaiming of the land or something, right? So they will be wiped because they already said it. The people of Okwaja or so, they said 15 or so years ago. You see where the bank of the water is next to them right now. They said that used to be 300 meters away to the water. That the water has already claimed over in a space of over 15 years, right? The water has claimed over 300 meters of land that are now water, that are now sea. So what you just said that in another few years, all those communities may be gone. It's not probably.
It got worse. It got worse after. It got worse after that Eco Atlantic project started, but no one want to say it. It got worse. You know. So thank you very much for all you do, and please try it, and if you can do meet and greet, you know, anytime we come, let us at least we need to, you know,
share tea and biscuit, right? I mean, I am trying to come to the US, and I know the day I tell all of you that I'm coming to the US, I better be prepared for more than a week stay. Sure, you get, I have to milk it. I have to see as many people as possible, right? But until then, we'll see how it goes, okay? Thank you so much.
All right, my brother. Thank you. Bless you. God bless you, my brother. God bless you.
Good.
All right.
So that is Lake. I would have said Lakeside from you know, they say Lake City from New York City. But I don't know if that kind of blend. But I appreciate every one of us tonight. So we've had a wonderful evening. At least, you know, we've tried to kind of keep ourselves up to date about the happenings. Tomorrow is going to be the 29th of May, where Thiefnubu will be a year. I'm not saying that 1 year, they should change Nigeria for you for 1 year for better. But if those who couldn't make Nigeria better for 1 year, if they could make it worse in 1 year, okay, put it this way. Those who tell you that 1 year is too small for the work they are doing or whatever they are doing for Nigeria or whatever to be visible, but the same set of criminals in 1 year, they have wreaked havoc. They've wreaked havoc enough that a lot of you can feel the impact on your lives. Nobody needs to tell you. So if they could destroy people's lives in 1 year, I think they can actually make people's life better in 1 year too. But these ones, they just don't have it. They have no idea. So as you celebrate your 1 year of Shege tomorrow, I wish you what you wish yourselves. Let's go to bed. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary. lọ́jẹ̀lú kì í bó níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun Diary Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun.